story. You know, the flood situation across the country, to say the least, is worsening by the day. Reports from the country's capital, Abuja, Edo, Ekiti, and 16 other states says the varying degrees of flooding have wreaked havoc in these centers. The general outlook shows that as many as 178 local government areas nationwide fall within the high flood risk areas. Aren't we in trouble here, Jide? I
think we are, because last year when we faced one of our worst flood disasters ever, we were here and we talked about what we should have done that we were not doing. And I remember making the point that, look, if we fail to do what we are supposed to do, we'll be confronted by this problem even next year. Man, by his actions, asks for global warming. What are the remedial steps that we are taking to address this problem? People are felling trees anyhow. These trees are supposed to be our first bulwark or boulders against this kind of natural disasters. But we continue to fell trees anyhow without knowing that those actions have consequences. Now, people live in flood-prone areas. People live in coastal areas. No effort is being made to protect them. Build embankments that will ensure that the water is kept at bay. No such thing. It's being done. The same communities that were flooded last year and people lost farmlands. One of the reasons food is very expensive these days has to do with the fact that a lot of people did not even get to the point of harvesting their crops before the flood waters came. Many people lost big rice farms. Olam in Nasarawa State. Olam is a major rice producer in our country. Major, one of the best three, biggest three. They lost their rice farm in Nasarawa State. Millions of dollars lost in the process to flood. What have we done? There are mitigating steps that countries take. We are not taking those steps. They will warn, we will not do anything. They will alert us that this is coming. We will wait until it comes. The question is, why are we behaving in this manner? So when we behave in this manner, we are asking for trouble. Flood to simply overrun us, and then we'll start complaining, oh, we'll say it's God that brought it. There are steps that you must take. Look at flood. This is the heart of town. This is not a river. It's in the heart of town. Flood destroy people's homes, destroy their life investment, means of livelihood, and nothing is done. I know someone in Adamawa State that lost his rice farm, valued at more than 60 million. Everything just gone. Some were forced to harvest, completely submerged. Some were forced to harvest their crops before the due date, just so that they will not lose completely. But who is going to buy something that you harvested before the due date? Yeah. So we are not helping ourselves at all. If you look at the way it's been analyzed here, 20 states, 46 local governments have been hit so far. But the general outlook shows that 178 local governments fall within the high flood risk areas, spreading over 32 local governments and the 32 states and the FCT. So if, from what we see, it is clear that this problem is approaching the level of last year. Already people in Adamawa State, they are being told, relocate. Okay. All right. Dari, I'll come to you, but then let's make some money. We'll go on a commercial break. We should be back shortly. Please stay with us.
Joy. Unleash taste.
Like many things in life, making great music is a process. And a key part of that is the right data and the data that helps you understand what needs to be done and how to do it and what sound will connect with listeners.
No, bring it up, bring it up. That's not everybody sees.
Whatever aspect of life you're into, enjoy the journey. 9 Mobile's got you covered.
Dial star 301 hash now.
9 Mobile. In today's world, our lifestyle, both at work and at play, depends on connectivity. Our connectivity depends on the devices that make it possible, and these devices depend on electric power. When power fails, our life shrinks, our work drops, and our joy dips. JRB Solar Energy Systems are here to ensure that we enjoy uninterruptible power, uninterruptible joy. Whether you're running a business, an institution, or just a home you return daily to rest, JRB has got you covered. No project is too big for our super digital inverters, long-lasting batteries, and efficient solar panels. Go. Dream on. Change your world. JRB solar inverters, batteries, solar panels, solar streetlights, and more. Telephone 0906 752 1111. Email sales@jrbsolar.com. With JRB, the sun's gonna shine on everything you do.
Okay, folks, welcome back. We're still talking flood plan and flooding in Nigeria. Dari, we cannot but talk about Europe and America now. We know what's going on there. Extreme weather and, like in China, flash floods and so on and so on. Our people appear, as Jide said, to be unduly stubborn. We won't act when it is time. We wait for a miracle.
Yeah, we always wait for a miracle. And this has to do with both our rulers and those of us that are ruling. Both sides don't act until... I tell you, for months in Lagos State, some areas, people have been told, you need to vacate those places.
Yeah.
This flood is coming. And they waited until the flood came. That's an example.
And then they start shouting government.
Then they start shouting government. That's an example of people who won't act until the problems are here. Then talking about government, the authorities, year in, year out, on this table, I wonder if all we have is an agency that reacts to emergencies. What happens after the emergency is here and NEMA moved in and the people are taken to settlements or what do you call it?
IDPs.
The IDPs. What happened afterwards to what caused that situation? Don't we have a system, an agency, or something that takes care, that ensures that that thing doesn't happen again? Every year, we arose NEMA to tackle flooding, only for us to wait till another year, then another set of floodings. It's funny. These are things we need to look into. And you'll be surprised that these same areas are affected year in, year out. Is there nothing we can do to ensure that people's properties, lives, farms are saved? There are places you know that, this flooding is actually caused by lack of drainages.
Yeah.
Then 6 years running, the same flooding caused by lack of drainages hits people, destroy their farms, destroy their homes, even kill people. And then we bring in NEMA every time.
You know that when you mess around, nature punish you.
Because nature, for example, water will find its own course, no matter how hard you try. So except where you do what you ought to do. BKO spoke about what we have done to nature itself. We fell trees, we clear natural forests for housing and for other projects, yet we have no alternative plan to help nature help us. When we don't help nature to help us, we are left at its mercy.
Yeah.
And that's when we have incidents like flooding. I think by now, the governments of those perennial states, states that are more affected,
Yeah.
porous to this flooding, should have some form of plans. We hear about ecological funds and all this year in, year out. We see provisions in our budget year in, year out. What have we been doing with these monies and plans? It's high time we think beyond managing emergencies. We must prevent emergencies. We must find a way of
Prevention is
preventing.
better than cure and cheaper than cure. Are we in trouble?
If we keep behaving the way we are behaving, then
We're asking for trouble.
something big will come our way. We just have to change our ways. What is the essence of the ecological fund, for example?
To mitigate.
If we cannot, there are some steps that are permanent that you can take. Ogunpa, in 1980, I remember in the summer of 1980, Ogunpa killed so many people. It rained that day. It was a Saturday. Was it a Saturday or Sunday? I'm trying to remember. Yes, I think it was a Sunday. And he killed so many people. I was in Ibadan. That is because I had doctor's appointment at UCH back then. And he killed so many people. What did we do? The channelization scheme, they had to now proceed. The government of Bola Ige had to now proceed with the channelization scheme that we had delayed in a dangerous manner. So they had to proceed with it. Today, since then, Ogunpa has not killed people like that time. But if we had refused to do anything, I'm sure every year Ogunpa will have been killing people just that way. So there are steps that can be taken to protect our shorelines, for example, at least, to ensure that flood waters from rivers having overrun their banks do not get into our communities to destroy people's homes. Look at a place like Kogi, for example, Lokoja. Because Lokoja is where the River Niger and River Benue
meet.
Yes. The problem of flooding was way bigger in Kogi State than other places. Look at Bayelsa. Bayelsa is like the gateway to the Atlantic in our country. You saw how it killed so many people. It's on record that floods killed about 655 people last year. And that's official figure. So you and I know that it's usually higher. So we just have to take steps where the federal government needs to help states. They need to help those states that cannot find the funding to protect their people against this yearly flood.
Okay then.